3, Oxford at home. Neil, presumably everyone's just glad to have another game coming around so quick again.
Absolutely, yeah. I've said before, if you get a good result at the weekend, you can't wait to get the next game. And likewise, if you've had a defeat, it's one of those games where you want to try and right a few wrongs.
And is a derby game against Oxford, because pretty much that is what it is it a good game to have?
It's going to be a great atmosphere, I know that. Two teams on the back of a bad result, we know each other quite well. Gaff and I have come across Chris Wilder's teams at Kidderminster as well, in the conference, so we've had a good few battles over the years against them. And it's just what it is, one of those games, a night match under the floodlights. There'll be a bit of zip on the pitch, and like you say, a local derby, big crowd. It's a great game that we need now.
And you mentioned they had a bad defeat as well. I suppose both teams just really hurting at the moment.
Yeah, I know that Oxford are a good team, and we're a good team, and come the end of the season, we'll be in a better position in the league than we are now. But it's we both want to probably put those results behind us on Saturday and pick some points up.
After the game, Mark talked about defending of set pieces obviously being crucial. I mean, is it actually easier to put things right when you know what's going wrong? Because sometimes if you can't put your finger on it, you spend ages looking for it.
Yeah, we've looked at the DVD already, and there was a lot of good things to come out of the game on Saturday. There was we created quite a few chances. There was some good forward play, but I feel went a little bit soft for 10 minutes when when we really need to roll our sleeves up and stand up and be counted. And there's balls coming in our box, and we've got some big players in the box that went missing for us, I think, on a couple of occasions, and that's unlike them.
What is it? How do you sort that out? Is it just an attitude of not being muscled at it? Because obviously, if you commit a foul, there's a fine line of being strong but not giving away free kicks and penalties.
I think especially that. I mean, I don't like normally commenting on rest, but Stevie Ellie got the most blatant foul ever for the second goal, and then when you that's when for the third goal, that's when you really need to be stand up and be counted. And I think when things are going wrong, people can disappear at times. Not just at our club, but in teams in general. Whereas if you're winning and holding on to a league, it is a bit easier sometimes to really get your head on things and be doubly determined. But you have to have that. You have to have that mentality when things are going against you as well.
So the process of putting it right, how do you do that? Obviously you and the gaffer have watched the DVD. Will the players see that before they go out on the training field, or how do you work it?
Yeah, they do. Sometimes a little bit difficult on with a Tuesday night game. You don't want them sat around for 2-3 hours and training on the day before a game, but sometimes they need to see things, and I think we'll just highlight a few 5-10 minutes from the DVD on Saturday, and just try and get a few points across where we can make improvements.
And then take it out on the training field and try and replicate that and show people what they should be doing?
Yeah, that's the process you do. You identify problems and then go and work on them. And there's nothing majorly wrong. There's nothing that's been this into recurring theme throughout the season where you think we keep making the same mistakes. But it's an ongoing process, and in the middle of March next year we'll still be looking at DVDs and trying to iron out a few errors. And
Mark's generally not an excessive ranter and raver. I suppose keeping your head at this time is crucial, because you don't want to go destroying people's confidence, do you?
No, absolutely. They're good players. They're strong mentally, and they're physically in good shape at the moment. And as I say, there's nothing majorly wrong. There's just a few reminders that need to be given to the players that you do every week. Even sometimes it's even better after a good win. You can really have a go at the players then, just to keep the feet on the floor.
Yeah, I suppose it's that reverse psychology almost all the time, isn't it?
It is. It's man management, and that's what I think the gaffer's really good at, and trying to get the best out of the players. And after a defeat, it's we want to get the best out of them for Tuesday night.
Injuries? How's the squad?
We're looking okay. I've not had a chance. Wes hasn't had a chance to assess the lads yet. Monday morning, but I'm pretty certain everyone who was available on Saturday should be available. Hopefully, Chris Zabrowski's, he was taken sick on Friday night. Saturday morning, I think we're expecting him to come in and train. So yeah, we're quite well physically in a good position.
And Alan Bennett, obviously still working his way back. Presumably too early for him tomorrow night, but How's he come through that game with the kids on Saturday mornings? Come through all that all right?
He has, yeah, and he's a very fit lad, Benno. He wins the fitness test, you know, he looks after himself, he's a great pro, and he's just had a couple of little setbacks in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and Tuesday might be a little bit too early for him, but you know, he's the type of character he is. I think he'd love to play.
How have you got to sort of manage that sort of keenness from him, I suppose, at the moment, rather than sort of allowing himself to do him himself possibly more damage or stretch himself too early?
It's been professional. It's as I say, he is keen. He wants to play, and he's determined to do well. But he's also professional, and you have to be led by the player at times. We've also got a very good medical team, and they know what's best for the team and best for the player in the long run as well. So we can, between Wes and Benno and the staff, we'll know if he's available or not.
Good man. Thank you. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Neil, a couple of years ago, the manager said a few times that he thought you were a bit nice, and I don't think that anyone would say that was the case last year. And you're quite a big side now, really, aren't you? Like you said, you have got a few big lads. So you think the grit is there. You just need to show it a bit more when things are going against you.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's without sort of wanting to repeat myself, there's always things to work on, and one day it might be trying to break teams down, other times it might be stopping yourself conceding goals, and we have got a good bunch of players, and they are mentally and physically in a good state, but at times on Saturday they didn't show that, so they might just need reminding, and remember how hard it is to actually win games. You can't just turn up and win a game, but as I say, they're a good bunch.
Yeah, if Stevie was fouled for the second, the third was a cracking ball in, wasn't it? I mean, probably looking back at it, the DVD right in between the defence and the goalkeeper, wasn't it? That one?
Yeah, it was a good ball in. Paul Sturrock's teams have always done that. They put a lot of balls in the box, and they do it with quality, and if the timing of the runs are right, it's sometimes very difficult to mark, and yeah, Stevie's foul for the second. The third one was in a real good area that's difficult to defend, but we're not just going to put our hands up and say, oh yeah, well played, good goal, them. There's still things we could have done about it differently. Yeah,
and the first half performance, plenty of good signs carrying on from Wycombe, really, wasn't it? The football we played until the goal went in looked very good.
Yeah, we did. I thought we'd bossed the game at Wycombe, and the 3 lads in the middle of the park again, we're doing very well, especially first half. And then, sometimes when you can see 3 goals in 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it was, it does affect confidence, and it's only human nature that, and it's difficult to get to the levels that you were playing at before the 3 goals. So as I say, there was a lot of positives to come out of the game as well.
Yeah, like I said, Oxford very well. Great result at their place last season. I think it was 0-0 at home, wasn't it, last year? Decent game. Always seem to be decent games, don't they, between Cheltenham and Oxford?
I think, like I said, with the atmosphere, a bit of a local derby and the big crowd, it always helps. But yeah, we played really well away, and I thought we were excellent at home against them, and we just couldn't break them down for the 0-0. But yeah, it will be a good, exciting game, I'm sure, on Tuesday.